Lynn Clay is a healthcare assistant with a kind and caring manner. She goes above and beyond to help others and gets many compliments from the women she supports, the staff she works with and the families she cares for.
I've worked in NHS for 27 years. I work in maternity, working alongside community midwives, just helping new mums, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I've been so lucky. For me, it's so important because it is such a life-changing journey for them. Sometimes it's quite a challenging time being pregnant, and so I feel really honoured to be shortlisted for this award. I just feel like I'm just doing my job. It costs nothing to be kind. It don't cost anything to be compassionate. It's, you know, you have to treat people like you'd want your own to be treated. And so that's my philosophy. To think that people think this about me is quite mind-blowing, really. You know, so I feel really, really honoured. That's all I can, say.
When cancer nurse Lisa Sanderson was diagnosed with neuroendocrine cancer in her breast, it was only then that she could truly appreciate how her patients felt. Thankfully, she's now on the road to recovery and is using her own cancer journey to help her patients through theirs. She was recently surprised by Dr. Hiller from ITV's Lorraine Kelly show to thank her for going over and above the call of duty.
In my day-to-day job, I'm a head and neck cancer nurse specialist. We see people from the diagnosis, and obviously since I had a cancer diagnosis myself, I think we underestimate how life-changing it is. To have actually been in that position, you can really appreciate how life-changing it actually is. And in my case, it was how I'm going to tell my children. I've often said it was worse than having cancer itself. Obviously, I would dealt the unlucky, card that I'd been diagnosed with cancer, but I also felt very fortunate that I was in a position to be able to do something positive with it and to be able to pass it on and to be actively involved in trying to improve the services that were available to people and the families that are being affected by cancer. I've done 3 information videos so far to try and make sure that the gaps that exist, within Barnsley, can be bridged. To me, it's quite humbling that people feel that I'm worthy of an award. But yeah, I feel I'm definitely proud to be from Barnsley. I always have been, always will be. Yeah.
Sarah Reynolds is an intensive care nurse at Barnsley Hospital who cared for Erica Murray in her final hours. She was described by Mrs. Murray's family as professional but part of the family, someone who could explain to them what was happening in a compassionate, warm and relaxed manner.
We come across varying situations on intensive care. We have people that become suddenly unwell and have got a very good prognosis that we can get them better and leave and go on to live full lives. Unfortunately, some people come into the unit and that's not the case. They become an end-of-life patient and there's nothing else we can do to provide them with a cure. All we can do is give the best care we can until the end of their lives. Many times our patients are unconscious and unaware that they've come to the end of their lives, but the family are very acutely aware. And I feel as a team and as an individual, we need to provide guidance and support and try and judge what the family needs. First and foremost, I'm a human being, and in order to give the right care to the patients, you have to form an attachment. You have to be affected because you care, and if you don't become affected by it, then I think there's something wrong. It's always to a greater and lesser extent, depending on what involvement you have with the family. Being a nurse is a privilege to me. It's a description of who I am. Before I was a mother and a wife, I was a nurse, and it's who I identify with as a person.